Cardinale, entertainment all day. Click, dive deep. Color on the screen runs free. Tropical fins, bright reef. Whole ocean.
I'm Alex Cardinale, and I personally would like to welcome you to this presentation of the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy this special live stream right here on A.C.E.
Every Saturday we do our thing. Alex Cardinale Entertainment. Hit subscribe and stay a minute. If you're laughing or you're on the edge, we got it all. You're watching A.C.E.
Dive into Amazonian Week with Alex Cardinale. Join Alex Cardinale, host and CEO of Alex Cardinale Entertainment, for an unforgettable journey into the heart of the Amazon. From Sunday, June 21st to Sunday, June 28th, embark on an incredible adventure on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. What to expect? Explore the wonder of the Amazon. Discover the majestic Amazon River and the lush rainforest that surrounds it. Meet the wildlife. Learn about jaguars, anacondas, and other unique animals that call the Amazon home. Amazonian fish. Dive into the world of Amazonian fish species, with over 85% available in the aquarium hobby. Intriguing stories. Delve into the crimes and tragedies that have unfolded in South America. By the end of this week-long event, you'll have gained a wealth of knowledge about the Amazon's natural beauty and its fascinating inhabitants. So, get ready to venture into the wilderness of the Amazon River and rainforest. Subscribe to the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel and don't miss out on this exciting exploration.
Saturday night.
Happy Saturday, everyone! Amazon Week continues with an epic episode of Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Welcome to Amazonian Saturday. I have an awesome show coming your way as we celebrate the Amazonian wilderness tonight on Saturday with Alex Cardinale. You're going to learn about 4 epic South American animals. Learn about the sloth, the spider monkey, the black caiman, and the toucan. Learn about some epic freshwater fish with Aqua Alex's featured fish, including the black pacu, Mylossomma silverdollar, and more. Saturday buzzer, I have 5 minutes to talk about the Amazon River and rainforest, plus 3 rounds of 2 truths and a lie on Peru, Brazil, Venezuela, and more. This awesome action-packed episode gets started right now, and we're going to kick it off with this week's edition of Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale. And I've got some epic announcements to make here on Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale. So let's go ahead and get started, if my studio will work with me here. And let's kick off with Keeping It Real. All right, it has been an incredible week here on my YouTube channel. It has been an awesome Amazonian Saturday with Alex Cardinale. It's been a great idea, and it has been an amazing success. All of you guys are loving Amazonian Week, and I am loving it as a host. But we still got plenty more Amazonian Week to go. We got Amazonian Saturday tonight, and tomorrow it is the finale, and we're going to conclude the finale by discussing jaguars. So thank you for an incredible Amazonian week. Now, there will be 5 themed weeks per year on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Still to come in 2026. We're going to do an African week in September, which is going to be very similar to Amazonian week, except we're going to learn about the animals and the fish species from Africa in September. In October for Halloween, we'll have Spooky Week. In November for Thanksgiving, we'll have Thankful Week. And in December for Christmas, we'll have Merry Week. That's going to be awesome as well. Next Saturday, it is a historic day for the United States of America, and also for Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Next Saturday, it is the 4th of July. It is Independence Day, and it is America's 250th birthday. So next Saturday, expect to learn about the bald eagle and the American snapping turtle as our animal of the world. Expect to learn about the alligator gar as our monster of the deep. 3 rounds of 2 truths and a lie, USA, Civil War, and Revolutionary War next Saturday. All that and more on a loaded 4th of July, America 250 Saturday next week. Well, this summer, we have some special episodes of Saturday with Alex Cardinale coming your way. Obviously, next Saturday, we celebrate the 4th of July. Then, on Saturday, July 25th, it will be Sharky Saturday, where we celebrate Shark Week. And then Saturday, August 1st, it will be SummerSlam Saturday. Saturday, August 15th, will be my 33rd birthday Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Saturday, August 29th, Back to School Saturday. Saturday, September 5th, will be this year's edition of South Florida Saturday. Friday, September 11th, Saturday with Alex Cardinale, will present a 25th anniversary of 9/11 special. Saturday, September 12th, will be Stingray Saturday. And Saturday, September 19th, will be African Saturday. So those are some of the epic Saturday with Alex Cardinale's coming your way this summer. And last but not least, here on Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale, I want to ask all my amazing viewers to continue tuning in and share my videos on social media. And that is this week's Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale. And now, let's kick off Amazonian Week with our first of 4 featured animals of the world here on Amazonian Saturday. And now our first animal we're going to learn about is the sloth. So it's time for our very first animal of the world tonight, and we're going to learn about the sloth right now. All right, so we're going to kick off with some facts on the sloth, and then we're going to play an informal video giving you information on the amazing sloth. So, sloths are the slowest mammals on Earth, moving at an average speed of just 3 miles per hour, which is 41 yards per day. Despite their lazy reputation, their slow lifestyle is actually an incredible, successful survival strategy. They are Olympic swimmers. They move 3 times faster in the water than on land. They can even slow their heart rate to hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes. They are deceptively strong. Sloths are 3 times stronger than the average human. From birth, a baby sloth can lift the entire body weight upward with just one arm. Grip of death. Their tendons and muscles are uniquely specialized to lock onto branches. Because of this automatic grip, sloths sometimes remain hanging from tree branches even after they die. Risky restrooms. They only poop once a week. To do this, they must climb down to the dangerous forest floor where they are incredibly vulnerable to the predators of the Amazon rainforest. Extreme weight loss. When they finally go to the bathroom, they can lose up to 1/3 of their entire body weight in a single movement. No farts. Their slow digestion relies on specialized stomach bacteria that break down plant matter, but unlike most animals, sloths cannot pass gas. And now here is some more in-depth information on our first of 4 featured animals. Here is some more in-depth information on the sloth.
Our first animal of the world is the sloth. Sloths are an awesome tree-hugging animal from the Amazon. Sloths are tree-dwelling mammals, famous for their extreme slowness and low-energy lifestyle. Native to the tropical rainforests of Central and South America, their slow movements are a specialized evolutionary adaptation to survive on a low-calorie diet of leaves. Types of sloths. Sloths are split into 2 completely distinct families that evolved independently to live in trees, a process called parallel evolution. Two-toed sloths. Slightly larger, faster, and more aggressive. They spend more time hanging upside down and have 2 claws on their front limbs. Three-toed sloths. Smaller, strictly active during the day, and have 3 claws on their front limbs. They possess extra neck vertebrae that let them turn their heads 270 degrees. Diet and metabolism. Their diet consists almost entirely of tough, fibrous tree leaves. They have the slowest metabolic rate of any non-hibernating mammal. It takes them up to 30 days to digest a single meal, because their 4-chambered stomachs rely on slow-acting bacteria to break down plant toxins. Survival tactics and camouflage. Energy conservation. Sloths move at a top speed of 1 foot per minute on land. This lack of movement makes them practically invisible to visual predators like harpy eagles and jaguars. Living ecosystem. Their coarse fur grooves trap moisture, growing green algae that provides perfect jungle camouflage. This fur also hosts hundreds of specialized insects, like sloth moths. Lethal latrine habits. Sloths only poop once a week. They must climb down to the forest floor to do it, which is when over half of all sloth predation occurs. Stay tuned to learn about the spider monkey, toucan, and the black caiman here on Amazonian Saturday.
And that is our first of 4 animal of the world. That is the amazing sloth. Still to come tonight, learn about the toucan, the black caiman, and the spider monkey. Coming up in just a second, we're going to learn about our first featured fish species from the Amazon. In just a second, we're going to learn about the black pacu. Now, tonight is a very special episode of Saturday with me, Alex Cardinale. Tonight, we're continuing Amazonian Week. But next month, on July 25th, we're going to celebrate Shark Week with the 2026 edition of Sharky Saturday with Alex Cardinale. And here's what you can expect on the 2026 edition of Sharky Saturday.
Dive into Sharky Saturday with Alex Cardinale. It's that time of year again. Things are about to get jawsome with the 2026 edition of Sharky Saturday. Join us on Saturday, July 25th, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific for an unforgettable evening with Alex Cardinale. This year, Sharky Saturday is bigger and better than ever. Get ready for new and exciting ways to incorporate sharks into the show. Here's what's swimming your way. What's happening on Sharky Saturday? Animals of the world. Discover 4 unique shark species from around the globe. Aqua Alex featured fish. Dive into the world of freshwater and aquarium saltwater sharks. Monster of the deep. Explore the majestic whale shark. Hot take. Uncover the best shark movies and the top sharks to keep in the aquarium hobby. 3 rounds of 2 truths and a lie. Test your shark knowledge with facts about the great white shark, bull shark, and hammerhead shark. Saturday buzzer. Alex has 5 minutes to spill the tea on sharks. If he succeeds, viewers must share this episode and name their favorite shark. If he fails, Alex must pay the piper. And so much more. Mark your calendars and set your alarms for Saturday, July 25th, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Join us to celebrate all things shark on Sharky Saturday. Watch live on YouTube, www.youtube.com/AlexCardinale2026. Prepare for a fantastic night you won't want to miss.
And that's going to be an awesome event. Shout out to Juan, who's in the house. Hey, Juan, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having an amazing Saturday, and I hope you're enjoying Amazonian Saturday. He says really good information. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. That is awesome. All right, let's get to our first featured fish of the evening. And our first featured fish is one of my favorite South American Amazonian fish. It is one of the largest fish of the Amazon River, and it is the black pacu, which is also known as the tambaqui in the Amazon River. So let's learn about the black pacu right now from the Amazon in our first of 4 Aqua Alex featured fish. All right, so the black pacu, also widely known as the tambaqui, is a massive freshwater fish native to the Amazon and Orinoco River basins. It is often dubbed a vegetarian piranha. This gentle giant is a close relative of the piranha, but features an entirely different anatomy, diet, and demeanor. Human-like teeth and diet. Unlike piranha, which possess sharp, pointed teeth and a distinct underbite, the black pacu has square, straight teeth that look uncannily human. Crushing power. Their powerful jaws and molar-like teeth are specifically adapted for crushing hard objects like fallen nuts, seeds, and fruits that drop from tree branches into the water. They are opportunistic omnivores. While they heavily favor vegetation, grains, and decaying plant matter, they will also consume insects, snails, and small fish. So pacus in the aquarium hobby and in nature are omnivorous. Yes, they'll eat Brazil nuts and fruit, but they'll also take advantage of small insects, snails, shrimp, and small fish. That's why I consider the black pacu and the red belly pacu to be more omnivorous. Now the tambaqui, the black pacu, grows to 3 feet in length and can easily weigh over 60 to 65 pounds. They sport a tall, flat, disc-like body shape that makes them highly agile when navigating dense, flooded forest plants. Unusually for aquatic animals, their bodies are often darker on the belly and lighter on top, which is the exact opposite of traditional counter shading. During the rainy season, adults migrate out of main river channels into flooded rainforest. This is where food is most abundant and where they spawn their eggs. And that is the black pacu. Still to come tonight, we'll learn about the Mylossomma silverdollar, the parasitic catfish Candiru, and the Chamelon Whiptail Catfish. And our monster of the deep is going to be the incredible Piraiba. But right now it is time for our first hot take with Alex Cardinale. And tonight's hot take with Alex Cardinale is going to have two. Our first hot take is going to be on the top 5 places to visit in South America. And later on in the show, my next hot take will be my top 5 favorite Amazonian fish. But right now, let's start with the top 5 places to visit in South America. Come on, is this audio clip playing or what? All right, so here are the top 5 places to visit in South America. Let's see if we get the graphic will come up here. Here we are. All right, the top 5 places to visit in South America. The 5 best places to visit in South America are Machu Picchu, Peru, Iguazu Falls in Argentina, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Pantanaga, Argentina and Chile, and the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador. These world-renowned destinations are highly celebrated for their rich historical depth, extraordinary ecosystems, and awe-inspiring geographical wonders. Let's start with number 1, Machu Picchu. This 15th century Inca citadel is dramatically perched high in the Andes Mountains. Hike the iconic Inca Trail, climb Huayna Picchu for panoramic views, and explore masterfully constructed stone terraces. Note, a strict ticketed structure remains active. You must book specific entry circuits and time slots online at least 60 days in advance. Iguazu Falls, a colossal system of 275 distinct waterfalls, straddles the tropical border between Argentina and Brazil. Feel the raw power of the Devil's Throat chasm from the Argentina boardwalks. Take a speedboat cruise beneath the cascading torrents and enjoy sweeping panoramic vistas from the Brazilian side. Rio de Janeiro, a lively coastal metropolis flanked by steep green mountains, dense rainforest, and the Atlantic Ocean. Highlights: take a cable car up Sugarloaf Mountain, stand beneath the monumental Christ the Redeemer statue, and experience beach culture along the shores of Copacabana and Panama. Number 4, the Patagonia, an expansive wild territory at the southern tip of the continent, ideal for rugged outdoor enthusiasts. Trek beneath the jagged granite peaks of Torres del Paine National Park in Chile, or witness the roaring, ice-calving spectacles of the massive Perito Moreno Glacier in Argentina. And finally, coming in at number 5, we have the Galapagos Islands, a highly protected volcanic archipelago sitting right on the equator in the Pacific Ocean. So it's a volcanic archipelago that's right on the equator in the Pacific Ocean. You'll snorkel alongside playful sea lions and marine iguanas, walk along wild giant tortoises, and observe rare species like the blue-footed booby. And those are 5 of the best places to visit in South America. Have any of you, my amazing viewers, visited any of these places? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, it is now time for a history lesson. It is now time to find out what went on in this day, or on this day in history. It is time for this Saturday in history. Let's find out what went down on June 27th in history. All right, and now it is this Saturday in history. Today is Saturday, June 27th, the 178th day of 2026. There are 187 days left in the year. Today in history, on June 27th, 1957, Hurricane Audrey slammed into coastal Louisiana and Texas as a Category 4 storm, causing as many as 600 deaths. Also on this date, in 1844, Mormon leader Joseph Smith and his brother Hiram were killed by a mob in Carthage, Illinois. In 1950, the United Nations Security Council passed a resolution calling on member nations to help South Korea repel an invasion from the north. In 1967, Barclays Bank unveiled the first automated teller machine, ATM, in the town of Enfield, North London. So in 1967, the ATM machine was created. In 1991, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, the first black jurist to sit on the nation's highest court, announced his retirement. In 2005, BTK serial killer Dennis Rader pleaded guilty to 10 murders that had spread fear across Wichita, Kansas, beginning in the 1970s. Rader was sentenced to 10 consecutive life terms in prison. In 2018, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy, whose vote often decided cases on abortion, gay rights, and other contentious issues, announced his retirement. In 2022, in Kennedy versus Bremerton School District, the Supreme Court ruled that a high school football coach who sought to kneel and pray on the field after games was protected by the First Amendment. And that is this Saturday in history. That is June 27th in history. I want to wish anyone that celebrated a birthday this week a happy and healthy birthday. I want to wish anyone who's celebrating a birthday this weekend a happy and healthy birthday. And obviously, I want to wish anyone celebrating a birthday this upcoming week a happy and healthy birthday. Well, next Saturday, it is a very big birthday for everyone in the United States of America because next Saturday, it is Independence Day, and more specifically, it is America's 250th birthday, and it's the 4th of July. And it's a very special episode of Saturday with Alex Cardinale next week. It is the American 250th Saturday celebrating America's birthday.
Celebrate the 4th of July and USA's 250th birthday with Alex Cardinale. Get ready to wave those flags and light up the sky. Join us for a spectacular celebration of the 4th of July and the 250th birthday of the United States with Saturday with Alex Cardinale live. Date: Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Time: 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Where? YouTube channel www.youtube.com/AlexCardinale2026. What's happening? Join Alex Cardinale for an unforgettable night filled with fun, facts, and festivities. Here's what you can expect. Animals of the world. Get up close with the majestic bald eagle and the intriguing alligator snapping turtle. Aqua Alex's featured fish. Dive into the aquatic world with the largemouth bass and the ancient bowfin. Monster of the deep. Discover the fascinating alligator gar. Hot take. Explore the best American foods that make your mouth water. 3 rounds of 2 truths and a lie. Test your knowledge with USA, Civil War, and Revolutionary War trivia. Saturday buzzer. Can Alex conquer the challenge of discussing the history of the USA in just 5 minutes? Success means a happy 4th of July for all. Failure means he pays the piper. Chef Alex. Learn to whip up delicious 4th of July recipes. Detective Alex, dive into the mysteries of 4th of July crimes. Don't miss the excitement and celebration. Prepare for a night of patriotism and entertainment like no other. Tune in and be part of this historic celebration. Remember to subscribe to Alex Cardinale Entertainment on YouTube, so you won't miss a minute of the action.
All right now it is time to go bowling on Saturday with Alex Cardinale.
The energy is electric here tonight as the best bowlers in the world compete for the championship title.
All right, let's see how I did this week. Now, going into bowling this week, I had an average of 96. This week was week 4 of my summer league. Now, I bowled pretty good my first 2 games, but my third game I could have done a lot better in, but I have improved in bowling, and I enjoy bowling in my new league. Game 1, I got 128 pins with 4 spares and 1 strike. Game 2, 106 with 2 spares and 1 strike. And game 3, I got 75 with 1 spare for a total of 309, 2 strikes and 2 strikes and 6 spares. So 128, 106, 75, 309, 2 strikes and 6 spares. Now, in a few weeks, I will begin filming myself bowling for Saturday with Alex Cardinale. I'm just trying to get caught up and bowl good. But that is this week's Bowling with Alex Cardinale. All right, it is now time for our second animal of the world. And tonight, since it is Amazonian Saturday, we're going to learn about 4 epic South American animals. We've already learned about the sloth. Now we are going to learn about the spider monkey. And yes, there are monkeys in South America. So I'm going to give you some quick facts on the spider monkey, and then we're going to see an in-depth video giving you some information on spider monkeys. Now, spider monkeys are highly intelligent, tree-dwelling primates famous for their long, spindly limbs and extraordinary agility. They're native to the tropical rainforest of Central and South America. They spend nearly their entire lives high up in the forest canopy. Their prehensile tail is longer than their entire body and acts as a fully functional 5th limb. It is strong enough to support their entire body weight, allowing them to hang completely hands-free while feeding. The underside of their tail, the underside of the tip of their tail is hairless and features a unique pattern of ridges, much like a human fingerprint, which provides a non-slip grip on wet branches. Missing thumbs. Unlike most primates, spider monkeys have evolved to have no thumbs on their hands. Instead, they have 4 long curved fingers that form a perfect hook, allowing them to swing seamlessly from branch to branch, a movement called branchation. Fission fusion societies. They do not stay in one massive pack. Instead, they live in large groups of 20 to 40 individuals that break apart into smaller, flexible foraging teams during the day and reunite at night. And our final fact before we get into their information, female leadership. Their societies are matriarchal. Lead females choose the daily foraging routes and make the ultimate decisions for the subgroup. And that is some fun facts on the spider monkey. And now let's get to some information on the incredible spider monkey.
Our next animal of the world is the spider monkey. Yes, there are monkeys in the Amazon. Spider monkeys are large, highly intelligent New World primates belonging to the genus Ateles. Found in the upper canopies of Central and South American rainforests, they are perfectly adapted for a life spent entirely off the ground. Species and distribution. There are 7 distinct species of spider monkeys distributed from southern Mexico through Brazil. Jeffroy's spider monkey, found throughout Central America. White-bellied spider monkey, native to the western Amazon basin. Brown spider monkey, critically endangered, found in isolated pockets of Colombia and Venezuela. Other species, red-faced, white-cheeked, Peruvian, and black spider monkeys. Anatomical adaptations. Their prehensile tail acts as a 5th hand. The tip features a hairless, ribbed skin pad that acts like a fingerprint to grip branches with incredible friction. Thumbless hands. They possess only a vestigial stump where a thumb would be. This allows their 4 long fingers to act as flexible hooks, maximizing efficiency when swinging from tree to tree. Brachiation. Size. They typically weigh between 13 and 24 pounds, with long, spindly limbs that distribute their weight evenly across weak branches. Behavior and social structure. Fission-fusion dynamics. They live in large communities of 20 to 100 individuals, but split into small foraging subgroups of 2 to 5 during the day to reduce food competition. Matriarchal society. Dominant females lead the subgroups, dictating the daily travel routes and foraging locations. Vocalizations. They are incredibly loud, utilizing barks, whinnies, and screams to communicate over long distances through dense foliage. Threats and conservation status. Slow reproduction. Females give birth to only 1 infant every 3 to 4 years, after a 7.5-month gestation period. This incredibly slow rate makes populations highly vulnerable to collapse. Still to come tonight, Learn about the toucan and black caiman from the Amazon rainforest.
All right, and now it is time for our next featured fish. And right now we're going to discuss one of my favorite cerasomidide fish, and that is the Mylossomma silverdollar. Now, Mylossomma silverdollars, most commonly known as Mylossomma derventuri and Mylossomma aerium, are highly active, disc-shaped freshwater fish native to the Amazon and Orinoco river basins. Now, in the aquarium trade, they're known as silver Mylossomma and hard belly silver dollar or silver pacu. They are close relatives of piranha and pacu. Traditional silver dollars belong to the Mectinus or Mylius genus. Mylossomma silver dollars are coveted by hobbyists for their rare presence, tougher disposition, and manageable size compared to true pacus. The hard belly. They get their common name from a sharp keel-like row of serrated scales running along their ventral ridge. Unlike Mectinus silver dollars, which have a long flag-like adipose fin, Mylossomma feature a short, tiny, rounded adipose fin. They typically reach lengths of 8 to 10 inches in length. This makes them look like massive dinner plates compared to a standard 6-inch store-bought silver dollar. They have a brilliant, shimmering silver body that often develops vibrant dark orange or red blushing along the anal fin and throat area as they mature. And that is the beautiful Mylossomma silver dollar. All right, viewers, are you ready for round one of 3 rounds of Two Truth and a Lie? Tonight, we're going to play Two Truth and a Lie on South American countries, Peru, Brazil, and in our main event tonight, Venezuela. Well, let's kick off Two Truth and a Lie here on Amazonian Saturday with round one, and let's play it on Peru, one of my favorite South American countries. All right, let's see where here it is. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 statements on Peru. 2 of them are true and 1 is a lie. It is your job to determine the lie. Go ahead and post your guesses in the chat if you're watching live, or post them in the comments if you're watching the replay. Here are these statements. Statement number 1, Peru is home to the world's largest bird. Statement number 2, the Amazon River, one of the longest rivers in the world, originates in Peru. And statement number 3, Machu Picchu was discovered in the 18th century by a Spanish explorer. Which one do you think is the lie? Is it Peru being home to the world's largest bird, the Amazon River originating in Peru, or Machu Picchu being discovered by a Spanish explorer? Take a moment to think about it. And while you're thinking about it, I want to talk about why I love Peru so much. Because the angelfish, which is a cichlid, has a very beautiful wild angelfish species called Petrophyllum scalar that comes from Peru and the Rio Nene. And that is the Rio Nene scalar angel, sometimes known as the Peruvian autumn angel. All right, so let's reveal the answer. The lie is statement 3. Machu Picchu was discovered in the 18th century by a Spanish explorer. That is not true. Let me explain the answers. So, statement 3 is the lie because Machu Picchu was not discovered in the 18th century by a Spanish explorer. It was actually brought to international attention by American historian Hiram Bingham in 1911. Although local indigenous people were aware of its existence, it remained largely unknown to the outside world until Bingham's expedition. Statement 1 is true. Peru is indeed home to the Andean condor, which is one of the largest flying birds in the world with a wingspan that can reach up to 10 feet. And statement 2 is also true. The Amazon River, which is one of the longest rivers in the world, does originate in the Andes Mountains of Peru before flowing across South America to the Atlantic Ocean. And that is round 1 of 3 rounds of Two Truths and a Lie. Still to come later on tonight, let's play Two Truths and a Lie on Brazil and Venezuela. All right, now it is time for one of my favorite segments here on Saturday with Alex Cardinale. It is now time for What in the Florida? What craziness will Floridians provide us, and what enjoyment will Floridians provide us this week? Let's find out right now with What in the Florida. All right, so kicking off this week's What in the Florida, we've got a crazy man. Florida man conducts fake traffic stop on undercover deputy, revealing a big scandal. Nady Jabari was arrested in Florida for impersonating a law enforcement officer and attempting to pull over an undercover sheriff's vehicle using illegal emergency lights. Now, what in their right mind would cause someone to want to impersonate a police officer? I don't know. But to actually do it and pull over an undercover sheriff is incredibly awful, incredibly embarrassing, and hopefully this man learned his lesson. You don't intimidate the cops. All right, up next we have a very Florida-like situation. Florida man accused of $3.7 billion Medicare scam. He gets dragged back to the United States by the FBI. A businessman accused of orchestrating one of the largest Medicare frauds in U.S. history is back on American soil. He's said to be one piece of a much larger operation. Ibrahim Haldon Ilmi, a Florida businessman from Delray Beach, landed in South Florida on June 19, 2026, after more than a year on the run. Well, this next Florida man takes place right here in my neck of the woods, right here in Port St. Lucie. Florida man holds teenagers at gunpoint in response to Orbeez gun prank, police say. Port St. Lucie, Florida. A man and a 15-year-old were arrested on Thursday after the man held a group of teenagers at gunpoint following a prank with a Orbeez toy gun, according to authorities. Now, I don't know what would cause a grown man to hold a teenager with an Orbeez gun hostage, but it's crazy. Definitely something that happens here in Florida. All right, so coming up next, another crazy Florida man. A Florida man was sentenced for abusing his girlfriend's cats. A lot of people love cats here in Florida. Florida man Travis Keith Fair was sentenced after brutally beating 2 cats in a case tied to animal cruelty and domestic abuse. What can cause someone to harm innocent animals? You never know. It is absolutely crazy. All right, how about this for a Florida story? A lot of senior citizens live here in Florida, and a lot of them have nice sports cars. But this one is crazy. 79-year-old man, 79-year-old Florida man, busted for selling drugs out of his red Corvette. I guess retirement money is not enough. I guess he has to have extra money to support his nice car. And finally, this one is very Florida-like. Florida man accused of touching himself inside Sanford Walmart, police say. A Florida man was arrested inside a Walmart in Sanford, Florida, after allegedly exposing himself in front of other shoppers, according to the Sanford Police Department. And that is this week's What in the Florida. Some definitely crazy Florida stories. I can't wait to see what next week is in store for What in the Florida as America celebrates 250 years and Independence Day. All right now it is time for True Crime here on an Amazonian Saturday with Alex Cardinale. And now we're going to learn about some South American crimes right here exclusively on Amazonian Saturday with me, Alex Cardinale. All right, so we're going to talk about a couple of serial killers from South America. We have the Beast, Luis Garvido. He operated in Colombia during the 1990s. Garvido targeted, tortured, and murdered at least 140 young boys, though his actual victim count is suspected to be closer to 300. Known as one of the history's worst killers, he manipulated the legal system to reduce his sentence before ultimately dying in Colombian custody. And then we have the monster of the Andes, Pedro Lopez. Convicted of murdering 110 young girls across Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia between 1969 and 1980, Lopez confessed to over 300 victims. Controversially, he was released from an Ecuadorian psychiatric hospital in 1998 for good behavior, and his current whereabouts remain completely unknown. And that is True Crime with Detective Alex Cardinale here on Amazonian Saturday with Alex Cardinale. And now it is time for our third featured animal from the Amazon rainforest, and that's going to be one of my favorite birds, the colorful and the majestic toucan. I'm going to give you some facts on toucans, and then we're going to see a very informal video giving you some information on toucans. So, toucans have a feather-like anatomy. Despite lacking heavy, a toucan's beak is surprisingly light. It is made of a honeycomb network of the protein keratin, the same material as human fingernails, filled with air pockets, meaning it does not weigh the bird down during flight. Built-in air conditioner. The beak is packed with a complex network of blood vessels. When a toucan gets too hot, it pumps blood to its bill to radiate heat away from its body, lowering its core temperature in minutes. A precision fork. The massive beak allows them to reach deep into tree hollows or through dense branches to grab fruits that would be inaccessible to smaller birds. The feather ball. To conserve space inside crammed tree cavities, toucans sleep by folding themselves into a tight ball. They flip their tails completely flat over their backs and tuck their massive beaks underneath their wings. They do not build traditional nests. Instead, they move into natural tree hollows or abandoned holes chiseled out by woodpeckers. Social life and play jungle bill fencing. Toucans are highly social and playful. They frequently engage in bill fencing matches, wrestling and slamming their beaks together to establish dominant hierarchies within their flocks. Fruit tossers. During courtship and social bonding, toucans will playfully throw ripe berries and fruits back and forth to each other using the tips of their beaks. And now, here is some more information on the mighty and colorful toucan.
The Amazon rainforest is home to many awesome colorful bird species, such as the macaw and sun conure. But our next featured animal is one of the most colorful birds. Toucans are highly recognizable, fruit-eating birds belonging to the family Rhamphastidae, native to the neotropical regions of Central and South America. They are primarily canopy dwellers known for their massive, colorful bills and complex social behaviors. Species and taxonomy. The toucan family comprises roughly 35 to 40 distinct species, split across 5 main genera. True toucans, Rhamphastos, the largest and most famous species, including the iconic Toko toucan, the largest of all, and the keel-billed toucan. Aracaris pteroglossus, medium-sized toucans characterized by brightly patterned slender bodies and cooperative flock behavior. Toucanettes, Alocorhynchus and Selenodera, the smallest members of the family, typically sporting vibrant green plumage for camouflage in montane forests. Morphological adaptations. The bill, composed of a hollow honeycomb matrix of keratin and bone struts. The bill is incredibly strong, yet lightweight. It accounts for up to 1/3 of the bird's length, but only 1/20th of its body weight. Thermoregulation. The beak acts as a highly efficient heat exchanger. By regulating blood flow to the bill, a toucan can dump excess body heat into the air to cool down in hot climates. Zygodactyl feet. Like parrots, they have 2 toes facing forward and 2 facing backward. This adaptation grants them an exceptionally strong grip for hopping and hanging upside down on thin jungle branches. Ecology and diet. Seed dispersers. They are primary frugivores, feeding heavily on tropical fruits. Because they swallow fruit whole and regurgitate or pass large seeds intact, they are vital to rainforest regeneration. Opportunistic predators. To supplement their protein intake, especially during the breeding season, toucans regularly raid nests for eggs, nestlings, insects, lizards, and tree frogs. Nesting. They are secondary cavity nesters, meaning they cannot excavate their own holes. They rely entirely on natural tree hollows or abandoned woodpecker nests to lay their clutches of 2 to 4 eggs. Conservation and threats. Habitat fragmentation. Because they rely on mature, continuous canopy forests to navigate and find food, widespread deforestation for cattle ranching and logging heavily impacts their territories. The exotic pet trade. Their striking appearance makes them constant targets for illegal poaching and trafficking, despite their highly specialized dietary and space requirements. Still to come tonight, our last animal of the world, the black caiman.
All right, we have one more animal of the world for this week here on Amazonian Saturday, and that is going to be the black caiman coming up later on in the show. But right now it is time for our next featured fish from Aqua Alex, and this is a very parasitic catfish that likes to prey on other fish. Let's learn about the Candiru right now. The Candiru, widely dubbed the vampire catfish or toothpick fish, is a tiny parasitic freshwater catfish native to the Amazon and Orinoco River basins. It is globally infamous for a terrifying urban legend claiming it swims up the human stream of urine to lodge itself inside the urethra. While its real biological habits are fashionably parasitic, modern science has thoroughly debunked most of the horror stories surrounding its attacks on humans. The Candiru looks like a translucent, glass-like noodle. It averages only 1 to 3 inches in length, and it is incredibly narrow, allowing it to remain virtually invisible in murky river water. The Candiru is a obligate hematophage, meaning it feeds strictly on blood. It hunts for massive Amazonian fish, like giant catfish and Piraiba. Once it locates a target, it slips inside the host fish's gill covers. The Candiru possesses sharp, backward-facing spines on its gill covers. It erects these spines to securely wedge itself inside the host's gills so the trashing fish cannot shake it off. And that is the incredibly scary and dangerous, if you're a large fish, Candiru. Well, this episode and every episode of Saturday with Alex Cardinale is brought to you by Sensational Pool Systems, LLC, which provides pool keepers and pool owners in South Florida with a healthy, shiny pool. They now also offer pond cleanings in South Florida. It is now time for Paulie V's pool tips for this week here on Saturday with Alex Cardinale.
Is your pool looking a little green around the gills? Or maybe your pond needs a little pick-me-up. Look no further than Sensational Pool Systems LLC, your local experts in pool and pond services. Based right here in sunny South Florida, we're a veteran-owned business committed to customer satisfaction above all else. From transforming your pool from green to pristine with our professional cleaning services starting at just $100 a month, to handling all your repair and installation needs, we've got you covered. Our comprehensive pond services include cleanings, maintenance, and more. Plus, we offer koi and goldfish upon request to bring your pond to life. We proudly serve West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Royal Palm, Riviera, Boynton Beach, Lake Worth, and beyond. Ready to dive into a sensational experience? Contact us today at 561-785-9561 or sensationalpoolsystemsllc@gmail.com. Your dream pool or pond is just a call away. Sensational Pool Systems LLC, making your water sensational. Paulie V, proud to be here on Amazonian Saturday with Alex Cardinale. I am proud to sponsor and work with Saturday with Alex Cardinale. To anyone watching from South Florida, if you have a pool or pond that needs servicing, I would be happy to help. Here are this week's pool tips. Did you know your pool can lose chlorine much faster during the hot Florida summer due to intense UV rays, heavy rain, and increased swimming activity? Even if your water looks clear, chlorine levels can drop below the recommended range and allow algae and bacteria to start growing. Test your water regularly. Keep your chlorine in the proper range. Run your pool pump long enough to circulate the water. Clean your skimmer baskets weekly. A little preventative maintenance today can save you from a costly green pool tomorrow. Keep an eye on your water level. Heavy rain or excessive splashing can throw off your pool's balance and affect skimmer performance. Maintaining the proper water level helps your filtration system run efficiently and keeps your pool looking its best. Heartfelt thank you from Sensational Pool Systems LLC. We want to extend a sincere thank you to all of our amazing customers for your continued trust and support. Because of your referrals, reviews, and loyalty, Sensational Pool Systems LLC had another great week and proudly signed up 5 new clients. We are truly grateful for every customer who chooses us to care for their pool. Your support helps our small, locally owned, Marine Corps veteran-operated business continue to grow and serve our community. We look forward to providing the reliable, professional service you've come to expect and keeping your pool sparkling clean all year long. Thank you for being part of the Sensational Pool Systems family. 561-785-9561.
All right, and now for my baseball fans and fellow Yankee fans, it is now time for this week's New York Yankees Spotlight. Let's see how the Yankees are playing this week.
Late night shadows creep, silent whispers in the dark. Haters lurking, fangs ready, waiting on a mark. Alex rolling heavy, steel in his grip. Light the torch, fight the scorch, never gonna slip. Keyboard warriors flex, talking slick on the net. Alex got the radar, ain't missed a threat yet. Shining through the screens, ghosting all the clowns. Stacking up the bodies when the sun goes down. American bad.
All right, the New York Yankees currently sit at 48-32, holding first place in the American League East, despite dealing with recent defensive lapse and the absence of Aaron Judge, stress fracture in the ribs. After breaking a 3-game skid in the middle of the week, they dropped their most recent series opener against a historic rival due to costly errors. The Yankees lost to the Red Sox on Thursday, Friday, and today. So they basically lost the series to our arch rival Red Sox. But this week's recap, June 20th to June 26th, the Yankees routed the Cincinnati Reds. The Yankees dropped the first 2 games of their home series against Cincinnati. A 10-2 blowout loss last Saturday showcased poor defensive fielding, followed by a 4-1 loss on Sunday. But on Monday, the Yankees traveled to Detroit and dropped the opener 5-3. However, they rebounded to take the series with a 4-3 win on Tuesday, fueled by Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s tie-breaking home run, and a 4-2 victory on Wednesday, highlighted by Paul Goldschmidt's 2-home-run night and a stellar pitching sequence from Ryan Weathers. But the Yankees have done horrible this weekend against the Red Sox, losing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But that is because we have injured players and we don't have our star players. Tomorrow, the Yankees will look to redeem themselves against the Boston Red Sox and at least get 1 victory in the series. And then the Yankees head back home to Yankee Stadium Monday, June 29th to Wednesday, July 1st. The Yankees will host the Detroit Tigers. The Yankees will have a much-needed off day on Thursday, July 2nd. And then on the big Independence weekend, Friday, July 3rd to Sunday, July 5th, the Yankees will host the Minnesota Twins. So hopefully next week, the Yankees will have a much better week. And now it is WWE SmackDown recap for all our WWE fans out there. All right, so let's recap SmackDown from this week, shall we? The June 26th episode of SmackDown delivered explosive major storyline developments and served as the final go-home show ahead of Night of Champions, which took place earlier today. Taped at London's O2 Arena in a crowd full of 13,000 fans, the night featured a shocking bloodline fracturing in a high-stakes championship class and a massive main event brawl. So, this week on SmackDown, the MFTs are no more. Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga officially cut ties with Solo Sikoa. Match results, Rey Fenix defended his AA Cruiserweight Championship against Nathan Frazier, and he won. Rey Fenix defeated Nathan Frazier. Page defeated J.C. Jane in a awesome match. Dan Housen and Matt Cardona scored a victory over Las Garza. Jade Cargill defeated Chelsea Green. Ricky Saints caught Trick Williams with a vicious cheap shot. And in the main event, it was an epic promo with the triple threat main event contenders for the WWE Championship and the King of the Ring finalist. Well, later on tonight, we are going to recap Night of Champions, which took place earlier today in Saudi Arabia. Well, you're watching Amazonian Saturday with Alex Cardinale, and Saturday with Alex Cardinale is my flagship program here on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. And this summer, we have some epic episodes coming your way. This summer, we're going to feature Shark Saturday, Stingray Saturday, and more. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and become a fan of Saturday with Alex Cardinale for all the amazing episodes that are coming your way. Do you want more Saturday action? Go to youtube.com/@Alex Cardinale 2026 and go to my Saturday with Alex Cardinale playlist, and you'll see all of our awesome episodes. Over 200 plus episodes to watch. All right, and now it is time for our Monster of the Deep. And this week we are learning about the Piraiba, a beautiful monster catfish. So it is this week's Monster of the Deep, the Piraiba catfish. I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to give you some fun facts on the Piraiba, and then we have a fun informal video educating you on the Piraiba. All right. The Piraiba is the largest catfish species in South America and the undisputed apex predator of the Amazon riverbed. Known locally by names like the la or the freshwater shark, this colossal fish is legendary for its massive size, shark-like silhouette, and a terrifying reputation among Amazon locals. The Piraiba is a true river monster capable of growing up to 10 to 12 feet in length and weighing over 450 to 500 pounds. It features a tall, proud dorsal fin and a sleek, silvery gray, elongated body that mimics the appearance of a shark. They possess exceptionally long maxillary barbels. In the pitch black, muddy depths of the main Amazon channels, these whiskers act as highly sensitive radar to locate prey. Piraibas are strict fishivores and apex predators, but they are opportunistic enough to swallow almost anything that fits in their gigantic mouth. Stomach discoveries. Anglers and researchers cutting open large specimens have famously found intact monkeys, large water birds, and other full-grown catfish inside the bellies. The man-eater reputation. It is one of the very few freshwater fish surrounded by verified folklore regarding attacks on humans. Amazonian legends and river monster documentaries highlight historical instances where missing fishermen were allegedly swallowed whole by mega-sized Piraibas. And now, here is some information on the Piraiba.
The Piraiba, Brachyplatystoma filamentosum, often spelled phonetically by travelers as the Piraiba or Piraiba catfish, is the largest catfish species in South America, and the undisputed
Let's try that one more time. Sorry about that.
The Piraiba, Brachyplatystoma filamentosum, often spelled phonetically by travelers as the Piraiba or Piraiba catfish, is the largest catfish species in South America, and the undisputed apex predator of the Amazon riverbed. Known locally by names like the Lau Lau, Valentone, or the freshwater shark, this colossal fish is legendary for its massive size, shark-like silhouette, and a terrifying reputation among Amazonian locals. Shark-like anatomy and massive size. The Piraiba is a true river monster, capable of growing up to 10 to 12 feet in length and weighing over 450 to 500 pounds. The silhouette. It features a tall, proud dorsal fin and a sleek silver-gray elongated body that mimics the appearance of a shark. Whiskers as radar. They possess exceptionally long maxillary barbels, whiskers. In the pitch-black muddy depths of the main Amazon channels, these whiskers act as highly sensitive radar to locate prey. Diet. The ultimate apex predator. Gluttonous carnivores. Piraibas are strict piscivores and apex predators, but they are opportunistic enough to swallow almost anything that fits in their cavernous mouths. Stomach discoveries. Anglers and researchers cutting open large specimens have famously found intact monkeys, large water birds, and other fully grown catfish inside their bellies. The man-eater reputation. It is one of the very few freshwater fish surrounded by verified folklore regarding attacks on humans. Amazonian legends and river monster documentaries highlight historical instances where missing fishermen were allegedly swallowed whole by mega-sized piraibas. Habitat and epic migrations. Deep water dwellers. They actively avoid shallow areas during the day, preferring to lurk in the absolute deepest pools and fastest-moving channels of the Amazon and Orinoco river basins. Continental migrants. The Piraiba participates in one of the most epic freshwater migrations on Earth. Adult fish travel thousands of miles upriver from the Amazon river mouth all the way to the headwaters in the foothills of the Andes Mountains to spawn. The ultimate angling challenge. Extreme fight. Amazon game fishing guides consider the Piraiba the ultimate river trophy. When hooked, these giants do not leap. Instead, they lock on to the river bottom and make blisteringly fast, unstoppable runs that can strip 150-plus meters of heavy 100-pound line in seconds.
All right, it is now time to face the piper. It is time for this week's Saturday Buzzer. And this week on Saturday Buzzer, I am talking about the Amazon River and rainforest. Will I go 4-0 against Peter the Pied Piper in the buzzer, or will I finally choke this week? Let's find out.
Welcome to Saturday Buzzer with Alex Cardinale. This intriguing segment is sure to be educational and fun. Alex Cardinale has 5 minutes or less to discuss a certain topic. If Alex succeeds, viewers must do Alex a favor. If Alex fails, he must pay the piper and do what the piper asks. What favor will the viewers have to perform? What consequence will Alex possibly suffer? What is the topic? Find out right now as we welcome Peter the Pied Piper to the show.
All right, let's welcome Peter the Pied Piper to the show.
Hey, it is Peter the Pied Piper here, honored to be on Amazonian Saturday. It is time for an Amazonian Saturday Buzzer. Will Alex improve to 4-0 against the buzzer, or will he fail for the first time? Tonight's topic will be on the Amazon River and rainforest. Alex has 5 minutes or less to discuss the Amazon River and rainforest to beat the buzzer. If he is successful, all of you, the viewers, must post on social media your favorite Amazon animal and share this episode. If Alex fails, he must read a statement I provide him in Spanish. Someone's paying the piper. Let's get to it.
All right, so I have 5 minutes or less to discuss some information on the Amazon River and rainforest. And if I fail, then I have to read something in Spanish, and I'm not really good reading in Spanish, but we'll see. I am 3-0, so tonight I could possibly go 4-0. So let's turn on the alarm for 5 minutes, and let's get started. The Saturday buzzer is now starting. All right. So, the Amazon rainforest and the Amazon River form the most massive biodiverse tropical ecosystem on Earth, serving as a vital stabilizer for global weather patterns. Spanning across 9 South American nations, primarily Brazil, Peru, and Colombia, this biome covers roughly 7 million square kilometers. The Amazon River is the lifeblood of the entire region, recognized as the world's largest river by water volume and the second longest river in the world. Unrivaled volume. It accounts for roughly 20% of all global river flow into the ocean, discharging 209,000 cubic meters of fresh water per second, more than the next 7 largest independent rivers combined. Geography. It originates high in the Peruvian Andes and travels east for roughly 6,400 kilometers before emptying into the Atlantic Ocean on Brazil's northeastern coast. Fluctuating width. During a dry season, the main channel spans 1.6 to 10 kilometers wide. However, the wet season causes the river to expand to 48 kilometers, 30 miles or more, submerging entire surrounding forest. No bridges. Despite its immense size, there are almost no bridges crossing the main stem of the Amazon River, largely due to the absence of connecting roads through the thick jungle. The Amazon rainforest. The surrounding jungle represents over half of the Earth's remaining rainforest and serves as a massive planetary carbon sink. Biodiverse hotspot. The forest is home to 10% of all known species on Earth, including 40,000 plant species, 1,300 bird species, and 2.5 million insect species. Climate impact. According to the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, the Amazon releases roughly 20 billion tons of moisture into the atmosphere every day, actively driving local and global rainforest patterns. Indigenous heritage. The forest serves as the ancestral homeland for 400 to 500 distinct indigenous tribes, including nearly 100 groups that continue to live in voluntary isolation from the modern world. And that is information on the Amazon River and rainforest. Once again, I have defeated the buzzer, and once again, I have defeated Peter the Pied Piper. I still had 1 minute and 34 seconds on the clock, but I was very, very close to paying the piper. So Peter the Pied Piper has 4 losses to me, and I've got 4 victories over Peter the Pied Piper. So viewers, if you want, you can share your favorite animals on social media, your favorite Amazonian animals on social media, and also share this episode on social media. Let's see if I can beat the buzzer next Saturday on USA 250th Saturday with Alex Cardinale. All right. Right now it is time for us to learn about our final animal for this episode. And right now we are going to learn about the black caiman, one of my favorite alligators from South America, the black caiman. So let's go ahead and learn about the black caiman right now. And when we come back, we'll play round 2 of Two Truths and a Lie on Brazil.
The black caiman, Melanosuchus niger, is a massive carnivorous reptile and the absolute largest apex predator in the Amazon River basin. As the largest living member of the Alligaridae family, which includes all alligators and caimans, it plays a critical role as a keystone species in maintaining the balance of the tropical river ecosystem. Size and appearance. Immense length. Adult males typically grow between 4 to 5 meters, 13 to 16.4 feet long, with rare, exceptionally large individuals historically reported to reach up to 6 meters, 20 feet. Massive weight. Mature adults frequently weigh around 400 to 450 kilograms, 880 to 1,000 pounds. Thermal camouflage. True to their name, they have a dark gray to near jet black hide. This specialized coloration provides perfect camouflage during nighttime hunting and helps absorb vital solar heat while basking during the day. Jaw armament. Their heavy, blunt snouts house highly powerful jaws equipped with 72 to 76 teeth designed to crush bone and shatter armor. Habitat and behavior. Freshwater adaptations. They primarily inhabit slow-moving freshwater environments, including oxbow lakes, deep river channels, wetlands, and seasonally flooded savannas. Nocturnal stalkers. While they spend sunny daytime hours basking passively on steep riverbanks, they transition into highly active ambush predators under the cover of dark. Red eyeshine. When light is shown on them at night, their large eyes reflect a distinct bright red eyeshine, an evolutionary trait that gives them superior night vision over their prey. Diet and hunting. The black caiman is a strict generalist carnivore whose diet expands dramatically as it grows. Juvenile diet. Hatchlings and young caimans rely mostly on small fish, frogs, crabs, and insects. Adult diet. Fully grown adults can overpower virtually any animal in their habitat. They commonly feed on large fish, like piranhas and giant arapaima, river turtles, and water birds. Large mammal hunting. Using an estimated bite force of 3,000 to 5,000 psi, large adults regularly ambush massive land mammals at the water's edge, including capybaras, deer, tapirs, anacondas, and even domestic livestock. Predators and conservation status. Adult status. Fully mature adults have no natural predators due to their sheer size and strength. Juvenile vulnerability. Eggs and small juveniles face high mortality rates, frequently hunted by jaguars, large green anacondas, and giant river otters. Population recovery. During the mid-20th century, the black caiman was hunted to near extinction for the illegal leather trade. Thanks to strict legal protections and conservation programs, populations have rebounded significantly to over 1 million individuals, and the species is currently classified as least concern on the IUCN Red List.
All right, let's play Two Truth and a Lie. This time, round 2 on Brazil. I'm going to give you 3 statements on Brazil. 2 of them are true, 1's the lie. Let's see if you can figure it out. So, Brazil is the largest country in South America. The Amazon River is the longest river in the world, and Brazil is home to the world's largest carnival. Which one do you think is the lie? Is it Brazil being the largest country in South America? Is it Brazil having the Amazon River being the longest river in the world? Or Brazil being home to the world's largest carnival? Well, let's reveal the answer right now. The lie is statement 2. While the Amazon River is one of the longest rivers in the world, it is not the longest. That title right now belongs to the Nile River. However, there are scientists debating that because there has been another river found to be in the Amazon River. But as of today, the Nile River is the longest river. But it is true that Brazil is indeed the largest country in South America, covering nearly half of the continent's land area. And Brazil is famous for its vibrant Carnival Festival, which is considered the largest in the world, attracting millions of visitors each year. Well, WWE fans, right now, let's go ahead and recap today's premium live event that took place in Saudi Arabia earlier this afternoon. It kicked off with Obafemi defeating Jey Uso. Obafemi is now the 2026 King of the Ring, and he will challenge for a championship of his choosing at SummerSlam. Hopefully, I think he'll choose Roman Reigns because I think that would be a great match. But then you got to wonder, how does Brock Lesnar get involved in here? We'll have to see in the coming weeks. Io Sky defeated Liv Morgan. And Io Sky is the 2026 Queen of the Ring, and she immediately challenged Liv Morgan at SummerSlam for the Women's Championship. Seth Rollins defeated Braun Breaker in a steel cage match. Trick Williams defeated Ricky Saints to retain the United States Championship. Charlotte Flair cost Jade Cargill the United States Championship, and Tiffany Stratton retained by defeating Jade Cargill thanks to Charlotte Flair. And the shocker in the main event, Sami Zayn finally won the WWE Championship by pinning Cody Rhodes and defeating Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Kind of disappointed they took the title off of Cody. I'm not a huge Sami Zayn fan. I think he's kind of bummy and gross looking, but hey, it is what it is. But it was a really good pay-per-view. I was just telling my brothers and my friend that WWE finally delivered a good pay-per-view for once in Saudi Arabia this year. And that is Night of Champions recap. All right, it is time for our final hot take of the evening. At the beginning of the show, we talked about the top 5 places to visit in South America. Well, now I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite South American fish. Post your top 5 favorite South American fish in the comments. I would love to see what your top 5 favorite fish are. Here are my top 5 favorite South American Amazonian fish. Coming in at number 1, we have the silver arowana, aka the water monkey. I love the silver arowana. Coming in at number 2, we have the red-tailed catfish. That is a gentle giant that I love. Oscar cichlids, a comfort fish for me. Freshwater stingrays. You gotta love the freshwater stingrays. They are awesome. And finally, black and red belly pacu. They are a very personable and enjoyable fish. All right, it has been a phenomenal Saturday with Alex Cardinale this week. It's been an epic Amazonian week. But next Saturday, it is Independence Day and America's 250th birthday. Here's what's in store next week.
Celebrate the 4th of July and USA's 250th birthday with Alex Cardinale. Get ready to wave those flags and light up the sky. Join us for a spectacular celebration of the 4th of July and the 250th birthday of the United States with Saturday with Alex Cardinale live. Date, Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Time, 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Where? YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/AlexCardinale2026. What's happening? Join Alex Cardinale for an unforgettable night filled with fun, facts, and festivities. Here's what you can expect. Animals of the world. Get up close with the majestic bald eagle and the intriguing alligator snapping turtle. Aqua Alex's featured fish. Dive into the aquatic world with the largemouth bass and the ancient bowfin. Monster of the deep. Discover the fascinating alligator gar. Hot take. Explore the best American foods that make your mouth water. 3 rounds of 2 truths and a lie. Test your knowledge with USA, Civil War, and Revolutionary War trivia. Saturday buzzer. Can Alex conquer the challenge of discussing the history of the USA in just 5 minutes? Success means a happy 4th of July for all. Failure means he pays the piper. Chef Alex. Learn to whip up delicious 4th of July recipes. Detective Alex, dive into the mysteries of 4th of July crimes. Don't miss the excitement and celebration. Prepare for a night of patriotism and entertainment like no other. Tune in and be part of this historic celebration. Remember to subscribe to Alex Cardinale Entertainment on YouTube, so you won't miss a minute of the action.
All right, and now it's time for our main event tonight, our third and final round of Two Truths and a Lie, this time on Venezuela. I'm going to give you three statements. One of them is the lie. So, statement one, Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves. The official language of Venezuela is Portuguese. And Angel Falls in Venezuela is the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall. Which one do you think is the lie? Is it Venezuela having the world's largest proven oil reserves, Portuguese being the official language of Venezuela, or Amazonian or Angel Falls in Venezuela being the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall? Take a second to guess. The lie is statement two. It is not the official language of Venezuela is not Portuguese. The official language of Venezuela is actually Spanish, not Portuguese. Portuguese is the official language of Brazil. And yes, it is true that Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves. It's known for having the largest proven oil reserves in the world, which has significantly influenced its economy and politics. And yes, it is true, Angel Falls does have the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall with a height of 3,212 feet, 979 meters. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an incredible time celebrating the Amazon. It has been an incredible Saturday celebrating the Amazon wilderness, the Amazon River, and the Amazon rainforest. It has also been an incredible Amazonian week. The incredible Amazonian week and the debut of Amazon Week has been a successful. I can't wait to host next year's Amazonian Week and Amazonian Saturday. But that's next year. I want to thank you for an incredible Amazonian Week, which concludes tomorrow when we talk about jaguars. I will see you next Saturday for the 4th of July and America's 250th birthday. Good night, everyone, from sunny South Florida. Have a great rest of your weekend and get ready to celebrate the 4th of July next Saturday. Good night. I, Alex Cardinale, would like to say thank you for watching this live stream on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. I personally hope you enjoyed the live stream and the video. If you did enjoy the live stream, please smash that like button and please share this video on social media so that your friends and family can enjoy it as well. If you are a first-time viewer or new to my YouTube channel, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and ding the notification bell for notifications when I go live next or when I upload a video. I highly recommend subscribing so you're a member of the ACE community. Thank you for watching ACE.